What's up, guys? Tony here, hanging out from Japan. Let me know if you guys can hear and see me. Little late. I'm about a couple of minutes late here, but we are all good. Thanks for coming on. Just trying to get a stream here. Not sure why this is not loading on my end. Just trying to get a. Hold on, guys. Give me a second. All right. It looks like we got some people on right now. I need to grab. Okay, anyway, we are live. All right, if you guys can hear me, say what's up. We got Steve in the house. Why is this thing not? Arnold, VIP birthday boy from North Carolina, turned 46 today. Hope you're all well and safe. What's up? Tony, the Gun Bud winner from last Thursday. I got it today and I'm impressed. I want to also thank you for the staff. They are awesome. Thanks. No problem, Russ. No problem. What's up, Donique? What's up? Yo, what's up, VIP from South Africa? It's 2 a.m., yo. Whoa.
2 a.m.?
Yeah, 2 a.m. in South Africa.
Wow.
Yeah, that's where Elon Musk grew up.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, what's up, Day Trader? What's up, Brad? VIP from Louisiana. Kelvin, what's up, Kelvin? So I'm guessing everybody, you guys can hear me okay. It looks like the stream is coming in all right. I need to get to my YouTube channel and get my live page because this page is kind of, hold on, let me get to my YouTube page here, my channel, and I need to get on live here. Okay, this is much better. Much better, guys. All right. Much better. Okay, so we're going to be on for about 30 minutes tonight. Where's everybody chatting in from? Quickly type in the chat if you're a VIP or not, where you're chatting in from. And if you're a brand new VIP, answering some questions and get the party started. I hope everybody's safe. I hope everybody's well. I am here in Japan. As you can see, it's a sunny day today in Japan. And we're going to go outside in a little while and go get some fresh air. It seems to have a delay when you talk. Well, that happens. Nashville, Louisiana in the house. Nashville hunkered down. Marco checking in. Have a question. Seems to be a delay. VIP from Tasmania. What's up, Tony? VIP Alabama. Hope everyone is well. VIP North Carolina. VIP from Santa Ana, California, Trinidad, VIP member from Michigan, Detroit, Georgia, Nebraska. Everyone's doing well. What's up, Tony? Checking in from San Diego. Hope everyone's doing well. Give a quick like, guys, if you haven't yet. And let's start with the Q&A for Auto Body. Anything goes, whatever you want to talk about. Let's do some quick Q&A. I am here. This is...
Hey.
All right. Russ, because I live in Florida, can you explain if there's a formula for the use of fast, medium, slow accelerators and reducers? Is it a temperature range for each? Yes, it is a temperature range. Now let's just figure the 75 to 85 temperature range. Okay. You're going to want to use a medium reducer. If you're painting in 75 degrees to 85, maybe even up to 87, 88, you can use a medium reducer, medium hardener, okay? The hotter it gets, the slower reducer you want to use, okay? Because if it's hot and you're using a medium or fast reducer, your clear coat is going to dry like that, and it's It's not going to have time to flow out, right? You're going to get, it's going to start looking dry. And no good. If you're painting in colder weather, 65 degrees, even 60 degrees, all right, you're going to want to use also, I would go with a medium. You could even use a fast, okay? But fast is mainly for painting in 70 to 88, 87 degrees, okay? If you're doing a touch-up job and you want to get where you're clear coating something small, okay? Maybe even a quarter panel, then I would use a fast reducer, a bumper cover, a fast reducer. But for fast touch-up jobs, like a little fender or quarter panel or bumper cover, anywhere from, like I said, 75 to 85 degrees, you can use a fast hardener mix. Okay. So hopefully that helps. Steve, what's up, Steve? Is the stream freezing up for you guys or no? Yeah, it's fizzing up on my side too. Let me get rid of this. It seems like it's better now. Let me know if it's better, guys. Let me know if the stream is better. Okay, so water effects on my 07 Impala, but not sure what a good color to start. And it's too cold to spray in my garage. I want to try water. So if you want to do like a water drip effect, it would be nice to do like a light color base, well, any color base, okay, but a lighter. But then when you spray the water on it, okay, you would put a darker base over it to try to get off, and then you can clear coat that. But definitely you might want to wait till it gets around 70 degrees out before painting. I don't like to paint in anything below 70 degrees. I've painted in like 65. Yeah, it's fine. It'll work out. You can use a medium reducer. It just takes a little longer to set up and dry. But if you can wait and not rush the job, I would say anywhere from 75, 80 is like a perfect temperature to paint in. 75 to 85 actually. Okay. Question: do you have to use hardener in base coat? Most times, no. I've never heard of really putting hardener in base coat. It's mostly just a reducer. Okay, you have a medium reducer, slow reducer. If you're doing a single stage, so single stage could be considered a base coat, because it's just one stage. You mix up your hardener in it and your reducer if it's required, and then that's it. It's like women's nail polish. It's acrylic, right, or synthetic enamel. You basically just mix it up and then you spray 2 or 3 heavy coats on it, and that's it. It's glossy. What's up, Pistol Pete? I'm late. Pistol Pete asked a question earlier about being able to prime, using wax and grease remover over primer. And he was watching one of my older videos. I think it was the lawnmower project, and he's like, "You said not to use wax and grease remover over primer." And I was like, I kind of misread it. I was like, well, that's if you're using 1K primer. So sometimes, when I'm doing auto body jobs and you're ready for paint last minute, glaze putty spots showing, and you don't want to mix up a 2K primer, or you don't want to open up a brand new Spray Max bottle of 2K primer to hit that with, and then you got to wait for it to dry. Then you got to sand it again and kind of go through the process again. Although that's the correct way to do it, sometimes you just want to get the job done, right? And you're in that last minute phase where you're like, oh crap, I should prime these little areas. And I do teach you how you can get away with not priming it by dusting your base coat on until it's really good looking, and then you could just lay it on heavier and then base coat, clear coat it, right? But sometimes I'll have like a 1K primer sitting in my cabinet where I'm just like, let me just hit that, okay? So I'd hit some spots with 1K as the last minute, and then I'd let that dry really well, and then I'd just hit that with 400 grit dry sand, just scuff it, and then tack it, and then paint it. So what I'm saying is you don't want to wax and grease remove over the 1K primer because it'll literally eat it up. Okay. It won't hurt 2K primer because it's a 2K. It's dried, right? You got hardener in it. It's dried. It's not going to go anywhere. But with a 1K, because of the thinner and solvents in the 1K, right? It basically will eat it up, and you'll end up with like a smudged primer area where it's like you dug into it, kind of washed it off, and it's like grainy. It feels rough. So that's what I'm saying. Gavin, doing an indigo color paint job, would using a black base give it a two-tone kind of finish, or does it only show results with candy finishes where the base coat is black silver? Well, it depends if you're going to be, yeah, you would get a two-tone color if you mask up certain sections of your car. It depends on how much it's kind of hard to imagine what you're planning to do, Gavin, or does it only show results with candy finishes where the base coat is black and silver? It depends. So Pistol Pete, hopefully I answered your question. Let me know. What's up, Paul? Donique, the body is white. Now, what if I spray it black base, the blue and white background? I'm not sure. Freezing rain. I got was fast hardener than buffing. Last thing I got was fast hardener than buffing. Okay, so what's the question, Russ? Clean haircut. Yeah, well, we just cut it all off. Question: who was the boy cleaning the car in Oahu? Why? That was my neighbor's kid. Did you sand roof on your CX-5 or just spray over it after you washed it? Of course I sanded it. I washed it down and sanded it with 400 grit sandpaper. Hardeners can last, if it's sealed in your bottle, for many years. Okay, I would just shake it really well before you use it. And as long as your can isn't rusted out on the bottom or something, you're fine. Is it necessary to stay with the same brand base coat and clear coat when painting a job? Nope. You could use any brand clear coat over any brand base coat. You're not going to hurt it. And it's not necessarily on point to use a DuPont base and use a DuPont clear coat. You can use a DuPont base with House of Color clear coat. You can use a PPG base with a cheaper clear coat. It doesn't matter. Okay. Any other questions? Hey, Tony. So here's my issue. My WRX is my daily, and it's a silver metallic. Being that it's my daily driver, I can't have it down for a week or weeks on end to do all the body and paint work at once. Yeah, so that's not a problem. I mean, when I paint cars, so many times I just drive home. I used to go to the shop, work on my car, have primered areas, body worked areas, drive it home, take it back to the shop, work on it the next day, and just go back and forth and get it done. That's not so. What's the issue? Hi, Tony. What base coat, clear coat, in your opinion, works best? Price, no option. Well, I say clear coat. I like House of Color clear coat. That's just me. I know Sherman-Williams has a really good clear coat as well. DuPont makes a good clear coat. PPG makes a good clear coat. The Deltron 2021. But I like House of Color clear coat. For some reason, I feel that clear does not have any dieback, which is basically after clearing it, letting it sit for a week, it still looks glossy. It still looks the way as if you were done clearing it. That's why I like it so much. A lot of other clears, after about a week or two, they'll start to get dull, which is normal, okay, because you're going to color sand it and buff it anyway. But if you color sand it and buff it before the dieback, a good 2 weeks, a week to 2 weeks for it to dry hard, then you color sand it and buff it, then that's not going to go anywhere. All right. Base coat, comment on controller. I like PPG. PPG makes really good paints, and DuPont makes really good paints. So I would look into those two for base coats. And you know, you can go ahead and get your, unless you're going to go full custom, then you could look into some House of Color base coats that they have. 0.4 tip, excellent. And have on order the 2.0 tip kit. What pressure should be used with a 2.0 tip when spraying filler primer or 2K primer? Usually I like to spray, you're spraying with a little lower pressure, okay? Because you don't need so much crazy atomization and making a whole bunch of overspray. 24 to 25 is good. Sometimes that's even too much. It depends on the temperature, the mixture of your paint, of the primer. And mainly, guys, it's all about seeing how the primer is laying on your panel. Okay, as long as you're getting like a nice, even, glossy, thick coverage, you're good. But I would say 23 to 25 PSI is kind of what you want to be looking at. On the low end, 2K primer, it's about filling, okay, because it's a filler primer. So that's kind of where you want to be. What clear coat do you normally use, and what clear coat do you recommend for a vehicle not regularly in garage and a lot of sunlight for longevity? I would say House of Color clear coats, guys. Look into the House of Color clear coat. A little on the expensive side, about 300 and change per gallon kit, but it's a really good clear coat. I mean, that's just me. Like, I do all of my projects with that. Why? So it seems like Seha is on our live stream. He asked me who was the boy. I said it was my neighbor.
What? You on it?
Yeah, he's right here. Well, this is more of an auto body Q&A, so that's why I'm not really answering you. I don't know who you are. There's all kinds of people on here. Okay. Okay, Charlie says, what was paint you used before the white paint on your hood, and what is used as a sealer? I don't kind of get the question. If you could type it, and what is used for some type of sealer? What was paint you used before the white paint on your hood? I'm not sure what you're talking about. Question. Sean says, I'm using a clear coat called Car Show Clear. How long after can I sand to buff? I'm not sure. I've never used Car Show Clear. I don't know. But normally you could cut and sand and then I'll buff it out. Let's see. Had the same results with the Mason clear coat where it stayed shiny before you even sanded and buffed. That's awesome. How good does single stage paint job hold up the job out? Then yeah, I mean, it's good. It'll hold up. It won't hold up if you're going 100 miles an hour hitting like, you know, on hitting like doing some rally car driving, you know, with dust and rocks flying at your car. It's gonna chip, right? So it's so on my 64, the bed is in primer. It's basically all new metal. So never had no base coat on it. So what should I start sanding it with? Well, I would, if it's a brand new bed, brand new metal. You could. I thought you said it's a new bed. I don't know. You're asking me what you should start sanding it with. I don't know what it looks like. I mean, is it pitted? You know, you have a lot of rust on it. Does it look clean? You know, I don't know. If it's pitted and it needs a good, you know, filler primer on it, you should probably sand it down with like a 150 or 80 grit to just get all the paint off. And then I would follow with a nice etching primer. You can use an etching primer and then put, you know, 2-3 coats of heavy 2K filler primer on it. Because being a silver metallic, the panels wouldn't match if I was to spray certain sections at a time, would it? Well, I would do the body work in sections, Steve. Like, you know, maybe one day tackle your hood, get it all done, prime it. Make sure you're using a 2K primer. This way it'll hold up for a couple of weeks in the weather. And then I would do maybe a fender and a door the next day, and then maybe the quarter panel and trunk the next day. You know, you could bang the whole car out body work wise in maybe 7 to 10 days if you took your time, maybe even longer if you wanted to stretch it out. And then I would do the paint job in one day. So basically you would have all the body work done. You would probably take maybe 2 days, you know, wash the whole car down, get it sanded down with 400 grit ready for paint, and then dry it off. And then the next day in the morning, you could just get ready to blast it. And by that evening, you could pull it out and start, you know, unmasking and putting the car back together. So that's what I would do. What is the mixture rate for making a sealer primer? You usually add about 10 to 15% reducer, which turns it into more of a sealer. But even though I like to let that dry, and I like to finish wet sanding with 400 grit before paint. Peter Miller says, I'm using a candy apple red concentrate in a job. How many grams per liter of inner coat clear do you recommend for best results? Well, this is a tough question because it's all depending on how dark you want your candy to be. If you're using the House of Color candy concentrate, they should have the recommended mixing instructions on it, and I would follow that. I don't usually use the concentrate because I just like using the standard urethane candy. So I've never really used a lot of that concentrate before, but it's the same thing. You just have to reduce it. I would look at the instructions and see what the recommended mixing ratio is. I don't know. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't know. I would look at that as per quart or whatever. And you're talking to me in liters and grams. I'm more of an ounces guy, and quart and gallons. So just have to look into it. He's talking about the CX-5 project, Tony. Yeah, but I wasn't sure about his question. I want to buy a 60-gallon compressor tomorrow, but it's telling me that the CFM at 40 PSI only goes up to 7.9 at 90 PSI. CFM 40, it only said 7.9 at 90 PSI and goes up from there. Yes, the CFM is going to go up if you have lower PSI. So if it's giving you 7.9 CFM at 90, you should be getting maybe 13 to 14 SCFM at 40 PSI. I don't know, but if you're getting that, then you're fine. You should be fine painting because you're not spraying at 40 PSI. You're spraying at 27, 28. Basically hit it with like 150 grit, George, and then I would use a good etching primer. Get 2-3 coats of good etching primer on that, and then you can scuff that down with maybe a 320 grit or a 380 grit, and then put 2 heavy coats of 2K filler primer on it, and then block it out, and then you should be ready for paint. Gavin Sigamoney says, candy brandy wine gives illusion as the sun shines different angles like transparent. Will the effect show on normal paint jobs or only for me to answer? So I'm trying to read what Gavin said earlier, and I don't see what Gavin said. So Gavin, and sometimes you guys are talking about somebody else's question, and like it's just screwing me up, guys. What's up, Seha? How you doing, man? Why? What's up with that screen name? You need to change that. I hope you're doing well over there. So guys, Seha YY over here, he's my neighbor. He was in one of my videos detailing a car. He's on here trolling. All right, let's how How long should you wait to base over 2K primer? Well, usually after you prime, right, you're going to want to let that sit for about an hour to 2 hours, let that dry. Then you got to let it dry, finish prep sanding it with 400 grit, get it ready for paint, and then you're ready for paint. You know, it's going to take you, you know, a little time, hours to do all of that anyway. So by the time you're ready for paint, she's ready to roll. Question, is it a 3.2 to spray flakes out mixed clear coat? It depends on the size of clear, usually 0.08 flake, which is like a medium mini flake. You can spray out of a 1.3 or 1.4 tip size. Just make sure you take out your neck filter, guys. So a lot of people screw up here because, and somebody was asking me on YouTube the other day, what's the filter that goes in the gun here? It's called the neck filter. Well, I call it a neck filter. It's also called a cup filter because this is your spray cup, right? So it goes into the neck of the gun right over here and you pull it. So make sure if you're spraying any kind of flake, you want to make sure to take that filter out. I don't know where, mine's not even in here. Maybe it's in the box, but make sure you take that out, okay? And then it'll flow right through. And you can spray mini flake, medium flake out of a 1.3, 1.4 tip, out of this tip, no problem. If you're getting into jumbo flake, then I would recommend a 2.0 tip to a 2.2 tip, okay? And you're just going to be dusting it on, okay? You're just going to be dusting it on and then letting that flow out. There are tricks to spraying jumbo flake where you would spray, you basically need two guns. You're going to need your 1.4 for your clear coat. You're going to have another gun with a 2.2 tip or a 2.0 tip with your flake in it, shake it up, mix it really well, okay? What I usually do is spray a nice heavy coat of clear coat over the project and then go over it with your jumbo flake so it kind of has something to sit into and bury into. And then I would lay 2 heavy coats of clear coat on top of that. All right, and then after that, you're going to be color sanding and buffing, or sometimes if you're using jumbo flake, you know, corners of the flake will be popping out, you know, so you're going to have to basically shoot 2 more coats of clear flow coat on top of that. And I would basically be doing like 800 grit wet sand and then 2 coats of clear coat on top of that. And then after that cures, then you would basically do like a 1200 grit wet sand, get it flat, 2000 grit, and then do, you know, spend 3 days buffing. So hopefully this helps, guys. You guys liking this so far? Let me know. Slap the like button. We got 40 people on the call. I'm going to call it quits in just a bit. And I hope all is well. Okay, let's see. Tony says, what's your choice in Bondo and glazing putty? So if I'm doing like fast jobs, you know, I mean, Bondo, I've really never even had a problem with Bondo before. They say some of the cheaper brands, you get more pinholes in them. So I usually tend to stick with a medium grade PPG, or Evercoat filler. You know, Evercoat Rage is good. You know, Gold Rage is a good filler primer that has less pinholes. It has like a yellow tint to it. Some of them are green. So yeah, I mean, Rage is good. Dumb question. I'm changing the color. Original paint, I think, is allowed. I would use like a 320 grit or maybe even a 280 grit. Okay, and then you can put 2-3 coats of heavy 2K filler primer on it, block it out, and you're good. Do I need to use an inner coat clear to do my ghost flames, or can I thin down regular clear? So Brad, if you are a seasoned painter and you are confident that you're not going to get runs, you can use your clear coat to do your ghost effect in your clear coat and then spray it and then unmask. But the problem with that is if you're going to have to really wait until that clear sets up before you unmask it. So I would use an inner coat clear. If you're doing like a fade where you're only doing like a fade of pearl or flake and you're not cutting into your paint job with hard lines with like a graphic or flames or anything, then a clear coat is fine, you know. But if you're going to be having like flames and all that, then you're gonna probably want to use a inner coat, clear coat, inner coat. All right, and you're not usually thinning down clear coat. I would never thin down clear coat for that. You're using it full mixture. All right, so hopefully you guys are liking this so far. How smooth should base coat be before applying clear? Well, base coat should be fairly smooth, and you don't sand base coat before clear coat. So after laying your base coat on, it should be ready for clear coat. All right, so as long as your mixtures are correct, you should be ready for clear coat. All right, unless you're spraying it so dry, it's just laying on dry, or your mixture is off, or your whatever the issue is. If your base coat is laying on and drying rough, something's wrong because it's not supposed to be like that. Okay, so hopefully, well, just keep in mind if you use a silver base, your top base coat will be a little lighter. It'll be a touch lighter, not a huge difference, but it will show a little bit lighter. Okay, if you're going over black, it's going to be a little darker. But if you lay enough coats on, it'll be the same color. You know what I mean? So hopefully that helps. All right, guys, I'm going to head out. I got other work to do today, and also I am still working on the little keynote presentation I'm putting together for you guys on how to make money with auto body, how to profit painting cars. And if you guys have any comments, type them down here and how much it would cost you in materials. Okay, how much to paint a complete car with base coat clear coat, how much to paint a complete car with single stage enamel, how much to do a custom paint job, which is a totally different territory because with custom, you could charge as much as you want. There's no price limit on custom. Okay, and this is all about doing your own customer jobs, all right? Not working for a body shop, because if you're working for a body shop, you're limited to what you get paid. You know, they're only giving you 40 bucks an hour if you're a painter, 50 bucks an hour, depending, and it all depends. You're capped at that, right? So you don't have any window to create your own value. But if you're doing your own cut, you want to, you know, as long as they see that you're going to be giving them value, and you're giving them good quality value, and you're going to go the extra mile, you're going to cut and buff it after the paint job, it's going to look great. You know, you can charge that $10,000 and materials costing you maybe $1,000, so you have a $9,000 profit window, right? So, you know, that's where the opportunity comes in, and that's what I did, you know, my whole career, is do a lot of custom jobs. When is the gun going to be ordered? I want one. Well, it's actually, you know, I'm waiting for Zula. They looking at about a 90-day lead time, maybe sooner. Once we get more info on the gun, I will let you know. We're going to secure you VIP pricing and LABAP subscriber pricing. We're going to do like a pre-order special. Stay safe with the whole virus thing. Hopefully it blows over. I mean, this is ridiculous. I heard that that parts of the Northeast coast are going to extend the whole thing till mid-May now. I mean, this is getting kind of old, you know? I think this is getting old. I think we all need to go out and protest and just show them how big we are compared to them. I don't know. I just think they're making this whole virus thing bigger than it is to just get more control over people, you know, to have the octopus come down on you and slowly strangle you and take away your freedoms and free speech and right of assembly and all of our First Amendments. I don't know. Anyway, guys, I hope all is well. Click the like button before you leave. This replay will be up. Yeah, good to see you too, Hank. Good to see Maya. Hank says, what's up? How long did it take you to do well at doing custom paint jobs, spoilers, and body years old? I was already custom painting, custom doing body work. I mean, I grew up with it. I was watching my dad, and when I was 10 years old, when he was doing body work. So by the time I got into it, I was already good at it, you know, and by the time I was 15, 16, 17, I was doing custom work, like custom body work and body, like just doing it all. So, you know, in my 20s, I was already like grandmaster. I don't want to toot my own horn, but I've been doing this stuff for a long time. Safe, guys. I'm just going to end off dropping a link to our sponsors over at Zula.com. They have amazing products. Check them out if you're looking for some spray guns or whatever. Want to get into this, I'll send you a link. One last question, and we are out of here. How much money off an Atom gun? I would keep your eyes on the email because we do have special pricing for VIPs. And right now the special pricing is $299 for a Atom X27. Steve, if you want to get that deal, just email Ninja Support at Zula.com and they can hook you up. On Sunday night your time for 30 minutes of Q&A, and I'll talk to you soon. And keep your eyes on the blog, on the vlog, because we're going to be publishing. We just went to like a onsen hot bath little mini resort a couple days ago, and I took some video footage of that and all the cool foods we ate and all that. And we're going to be uploading that to the vlog very shortly, so you guys can check that out. And that's pretty much it for now. I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a great weekend. Peace out. Oh, next week we'll be giving away, on the next call, we'll give away some free stuff. How's that? Peace out.